All right, in this video, we're going to take a look at reproducing this little document, and that's going to show us a few different techniques that we have not looked at yet. So once again, we're going to copy and paste, but in this case, as in previous ones, I have helped by making a version that doesn't have all the formatting. It's nice and clean. So copy that and paste it here. There is the text. Okay, so there's a few things that I want to do here. The easiest one is just making those italics. So I'm going to highlight all of these titles. I'm going to hold down the control so that I can select all of these things at once. You don't have to do it that way. You can do it separately, but just for ease, I'm going to do them all at once, and then we'll italicize by hitting Control I, and now all of these things are in italics. Okay, next thing, I want to put the links in, and so what we'll do is we'll highlight each URL, and then we'll go to Insert tab. Insert tab, there is links right here, and so we click on links, okay, and it'll bring up this little dialog box, and the two things to look at here is up at the top, text to display, and at the bottom, address. The website address is the URL, so that's exactly what I want, and in this case, the text also is the URL, which is fine because that's how it is on this side, right? So I can say OK, and now you can see it's a link, and if I hover over it, you can see Control click to follow link, and I won't click on it, but it did work. We'll do the rest, or we'll do this one, but I want to show you what happens if I change the text to display. We change this to some word like hello, and press OK, and there it is now. It is hello, but the link is actually the same link, or the website that it's going to is the same, but the thing that displays is different. Let's change that back to how it's supposed to be by going back to link, and we want to copy our URL up into the text to display and press OK. So that is what we want, and we'll just quickly do all the rest. By default, text to display is the URL and address is also the URL, so we say OK. You know, you can, like if you wanted, you could say, oh, I want to link this, and if I go here, there's no address, right? Because you know, it's smart enough that if there is a URL that I selected, it will just put that there, but there is none. So then I could put whatever, www.google.com or something, and it will go there. In that case, yeah, in this case, I don't want to do that, but we just want to continue accepting the defaults there, and for this one, okay. Oh, this one, it must be an actual book, not a website, so no link. Okay. Great. So now that that's done, if we take a look back on this side, we see that I have indentation on the second, third, and fourth. Oops. So the first line of each paragraph is not indented, but then the other ones are. So what can we do here? Well, let's highlight these, and we'll go to Home tab, and we'll go to the paragraph, and we do have some indentation here. So this one is increasing our indentation. Well, let's back up for a minute here. I have this already in the 2-column format. Okay, let's deal with the columns first before we deal with this indentation. When you copy and pasted it in, if you go to layout and columns, it probably looked like this for you because it was one column. What I already did was I went to 2 columns, columns 2, right? Because this is 2 columns. But you can see that it has 3 on this side, 3 on that side, where mine just goes all the way down the page on the 1 column, right? So how we get around that is we have to insert a column break into this. And so wherever I wanted to stop and go to the next column, which is right here after the victory media, I wanted to start a new column. So I will put in a column break right here. So I'll go to that spot after victory media. Oh, there's 2 victory medias. After the first victory media, and I'm going to go insert. No, I'm going to go in layout tab, breaks. We'll go on breaks, and then there's something called a column break. And so we'll click on column break, and boom, it is now 2 columns the way it is supposed to be. Okay, so that's how we do that. And if we go on the little paragraph thingy, we can actually see that there is a column break here. Okay, I'll just turn that off. What I want to do, very last thing, is I want to have this, it's called a hanging indent. So I'm going to select everything, and I'm going to go into the paragraph. There is these indentation things, decrease indent. That doesn't do anything because the indent right now is 0. And then increase indent, indent. But that indents everything. I don't want that. So I'm going to go into the paragraph dialog box, and I have a little bit more options here. In this case, I can indent from the left or the right. If I indent from the left, right, see, it will indent like that. If I indent from the right, it'll go in from the right. Right, so it'll come in from this side. It'll push it from this side. I don't want to do either of those things, so I want to reset those back to 0, and this also to 0. What I want is actually the hanging indent. The first line indent or hanging indent, and you can see the example here. And by how much? By 0.5 inches. We'll take that as the default, and we'll press OK, and take a look. It is now a hanging indent. First line is not indented, but the other lines are indented, which is what I want. So that's pretty much it. You can see in this side we have each line doesn't have spaces in between, but between each paragraph there is a space. That is how it is in Word by default. But if you wanted to change that, this is the in the paragraph thing. This is the line spacing. Then you have single space, 1.5 space, double space, and you can see the preview that it changes. And then there's the option add space, remove space after paragraph. And if I remove the space after paragraph, it all turns into kind of all mashed together. In this case, we'll put that space back, add space after paragraph, because that's what it looks like over here. Okay, and that does it for this video. We'll see you in the next one.